okay if my just sending out email isn't?
I think you're going back to the open public meetings issue. And a blog,
Still not, I can't get away from
a
that.
blog with the public you're not discussing it with council members. You're not prompting a discussion behind closed doors. And, you know, I think if council members are actively participating in that blog, you might get some issues there, but to my knowledge, that's not what's going on.
Not so far. Mr. Crawford, you had your hand up?
Can't remember. I'll come back to
Okay. Barb.
Well, what about when I just do something as a public document? People can take it and do whatever they want with it.
Yeah, as long as you're not prompting a discussion that, you know, becomes a discussion between a quorum of a committee or a quorum of the council, it's fine.
Okay, then what you just said makes perfect sense to me. But that wasn't the way I heard it the first time on my emails. So I need an answer. I can copy them or I can't?
Yes, you can copy them. The problem is when a discussion amongst you ensues from that.
Oh, yeah, no, I get that.
Mr. Crawford.
I was going to ask Mark on that communication, what's that encompass? What kind of communications? Email, obviously.
Written letters, emails,
Okay.
tweets,
So
text messages.
text-type messages.
Yeah.
What is a tweet?
Oh, that's the new technology where you're restricted to a certain number of characters per message.
It's
like a-
Twitter.
Twitter, they're called tweets.
Facebook then would probably, if Twitter falls into it.
Sure, yeah, if you were running a Facebook account as a council member as a way of connecting with your constituents. Absolutely.
Then it's a what? What is it then?
Facebook.
I know, I don't do that, but what is it if you do that? What is it?
It would be a record.
It would be a record,
Oh.
Okay,
a form
so
of communication.
is voicemails left on our council phones?
Yeah, as long as they're there. Our system's not set up. If you delete it, we can't recover it. And most, you don't usually get somebody leaving a long message with substantial issues.
I do.
think.
Oh, yeah, we do.
I do.
Okay, well then
So we can't delete voicemails.
then that's an issue.
All right,
Okay.
that's new info.
Yeah, it is to me too.
Yeah, sorry.
And voicemails on our cell phones.
Voicemails with issues.
Oh, yeah.
Once in a while, I've always deleted those just because I figured they took up so much space on the county's voicemail, but maybe that's not an issue, I don't know.
Wow.
Does that include home voicemails too, since our home numbers are printed on the council website?
You guys are killing me.
If it pertains to county business.
Yeah.
So try to figure out the technology that you're going to somehow preserve that. That'll be interesting. Because, yeah, we do get, and more so, I don't know about you, Councilmember Nelson, but I definitely get lots of voicemails at home. No?
But
Nobody
mine
calls you.
doesn't record, I'd have to get a new phone all the time. It doesn't, there's no little record, it doesn't have a tape on it anymore. It's got that other kind.
Digital.
Huh?
It's digital.
Yeah, and I only have so much on it.
So that's just
and then
a
it's gone.
challenge that we'll just have to deal with, I guess.
I'll just
All
leave
right,
it as a
so
message, tell me
then
nothing.
one of the reasons it seems like all these PDR requests have been slowing us down is because we don't apparently have a very quick and easy way to retrieve them all, filter them all, sort them all, and turn them over to members of the public.
Well, we've done official numbered requests. I mean, we get requests all the time at front counters that are just routine, and the sheriff's office runs their own system, and they do about 100 requests a month that they, log in. We've done through my office about 260 so far this year. 30 of them are open right now. The vast majority of them are requests for records that we identify, we produce. The estimates for producing a response are getting longer because the staffs are shrinking, but we've so far taken in 260 and we've responded to 2:30. So, I don't think the odds are.
We are getting feedback from people saying we're not doing a good job. It's taking too long. We're missing records. Some of us are turning over records that others were CC'd on that they didn't turn over. And, that just feeds this perception or the scuttlebutt on Twitter or whatever that we're not doing a great job.
Yeah, I think part of it is, I think we're all just getting used to these computer searches. Most of us haven't done a lot of these computer searches and figuring out search terms. I know that on the last, one of the requests that we've got complaints about, personally, I put in the search terms that I got off of the request, but there was one that involved an individual that worked for the company that they were searching for, and I didn't think to put that name into my search criteria. So I know that I didn't get that email in my search, and so part of this, unfortunately, there's a learning process involved in retrieving emails.
Can we make as part of that document that they fill out, a little section that says search terms that you want used, and that would let them stipulate what they want to search, and then there wouldn't be anything left for us to interpret. Mr. Crawford?
I have a different approach to this.
Okay.
That I'm trying, but I'm going to need Nadine, if you could come up. I've got a question for you. Well, Mark, I want Mark to respond if appropriate. Okay, I thought that my email system at home was bulletproof. When we started getting PDR requests, which I'd never had before this year, I don't think, I started folders for each PDR request in my email, and I was having the same problem. I found out later, it wasn't bulletproof, that I was having the same problem. If I didn't use a term that was in, or a name that was in the email that was being requested, I wasn't turning up the email. And I found out just about 2 weeks ago, I missed an email that was in fact on my computer that way. Therefore, I capitulated after 10 years of doing things one way, which was to receive email at home and put it all into the county email. That has started a very time-consuming process for me of trying to tell everybody that keeps emailing me to quit emailing me at home. But I'm making progress. My question for you, Nadine, is if all of our council-related emails are on the county server, and I'm asking you this because I think you do searches for some council members, can we walk away from that and say this is now Nadine's problem? Well, and that's why I'm saying then all these questions don't really matter because we're not going to be spending our time doing it. Mark and Nadine are going to communicate. They have a commitment from the county. I mean, I suppose you could still ask if you happen to have any outside communication, but if the initial assumption, I guess my question is, are you able to do this as a staff service for us?
Can I just say as an initial, just in defense of Nadine, I don't think she would be in a position to put together searching criteria, because if it's not obvious, I think you would be in the position at least to tell her what searches to do.
That's why they could put it on the request form. It could be a standard thing, and then...
Yeah, I don't want to express too much about that. I think that is an idea that we should think about, though.
Well, the reason why I'm putting Nadine on the hot seat is I think we've gotten these requests with a note. I think it was Ward and Barbara, you don't have to do anything. And now, and so now that I've been for 2 weeks now, moving everything to the county server, I've been hoping I'll get one of those requests in the future that says, oh, and Sam, you don't need to do anything. Is that